All right, here district, Marques Johnson, Kris Johnson. I'm the captain of this vessel. Dr. Rivers, who is moved up on the all-time wins list in NBA coaching victories, surpassing Phil Jackson. And man, Kris, I can remember when Doc Rivers used to drive up to Milwaukee, freshly graduated from high school, about to enter Marquette. He'd come out to university school in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and go up and down with us, myself and Junior Bridgman, the late Junior Bridgman, and Quinn Buckner, and all these guys, and would more than hold his own. And at that time, he had this big gap in the front of his mouth, man. He was all smiles all the time. And, it's always interesting how you look back on things like that. Never in my wildest imagination would I have ever thought that I'd be talking about him in terms of the all-time greats as NBA
Mm,
coaches. But that gives you an idea of who Doc Rivers is. Doc Rivers is the consummate people person and
yeah, he
consummate
is.
student of the game. And then when he started in Orlando, his first head coaching gig, and I think they finished 41-41. He may have been coach of the year. He got some he got some accolades
I
for the
think so.
job he did because nobody expected them to do anything down in Orlando. And that's when I could see, Kris, that this guy's got some potential to have some longevity in this game, and that you can't say that about every African American ex player coach.
Yeah, because I think one of Doc's number one traits is his ability to relate with all different kinds of people.
Yeah,
Doc's a people person, and when you're blessed with that gift, you can connect with everybody from the manager, the low man on the totem pole, to the superstar. And for me, when you're an NBA coach, like that has to be your number one or number two, number one or two. It's right there, one and one A. Number one and one A characteristic quality to be a successful high level coach. Phil Jackson was similar in just understanding people's minds and how to operate with Shaq versus the Kobe, how to get the most out of Rick Fox or Michael Jordan or Scotty or Horace Grant, and Doc over the years has shown to have some of that ability and is translated into wins.
yeah, and think about this also. I mean, so Doc was with the Clippers when the Donald Sterling controversy kind of hit. He had to kind of navigate that team through whether or not we
Yeah.
play, I think, a playoff game or just
They were going
make
to
a.
boycott. They're
They
going to
want to
boycott,
boycott. They
right?
wanted not to. So it's more than about just on court X's and O's with Doc Rivers. It's about, like you say, relatability with your players, being able to connect with your players, showing your players the amount of the requisite amount of discipline and love that you've got to show them in order for them to buy in to who you are and what you're trying to do, man. And here's an example, Kris. March 22nd, the Bucks are playing the Sacramento Kings. It's a Saturday night game in Sacramento. Kris, it's also the day of the homegoing service for my beloved friend first, teammate second, Junior Bridgman, who passed away unexpectedly, I think March 11th. Doc, Kris, flies from LA. We played the Lakers on that Thursday night. Friday, he flies from LA to Louisville, gets in around midnight, attends the funeral that Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m. in Louisville, 3 hours ahead. As soon as the funeral is over, hops back on a plane, flies to Sacramento, gets to the arena about an hour 15 minutes before tip off, and then goes out there and coaches his behind off in terms of adjustments and energy. And I kept passing by him at halftime and before the game, like, "You okay, man?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm tired, but I'm okay." But that gives you an idea, man. And people don't know that story, and I just put that out there just to show that Doc Rivers, man, paid the ultimate respects and paid a price for doing it. Doc is in his mid 60s, early 60s. That's a rigorous travel day to have to work that night. But Doc was hell bent on making sure that the Milwaukee Bucks, the current Bucks coaching staff, players, broadcasters were represented at those homegoing services. So that's a behind the scenes capsule of kind of the things that Doc Rivers does.
Classy dude, man.
Yeah, without question. So, and it takes a lot of criticism because I guess he's blown a couple of leads in playoffs that people look at and say that that he deserves to be criticized for. But he won a NBA championship with the Celtics with those great teams with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and Rajon Rondo. Did some good things with the Clippers and Blake Griffin and that crew. the six-shirt teams, man. He got them to play some really solid basketball. Had some injuries that you can't avoid, and now he's here in Milwaukee, man. And I just think that we are fortunate because, as you just mentioned, just a classy person, man, that understands that it's more than just a game. It's more than
Yeah.
just about basketball. It's a life move. It's about relationships. It's about life. And Doc, Roy Woods, we talked about Roy Woods Jr. We talked about connecting, and the lack of connection in today's society. And one of the things that, as you mentioned, Doc, is really strong with, man, is just connecting, meaning making everybody around him feel worthwhile, and that's an admirable trait.
Absolutely.
Yep. All right, Kris Johnson, Marques Johnson, here district. Congratulations, Doc Rivers, on his continued quest to keep moving up on the all-time wins list, just past Phil Jackson, man. That's saying something. I think we're all huge fans of Phil Jackson, what he was able to accomplish, and for Doc to pass him gives you an idea of just the tremendous job that he has done throughout his career.
This has been a Bucks Plus audio production.